Hey, so I will try to talk about the little I know about engines in my almost 7 years of experience in the automotive industry in Japan with some German companies and some Japanese companies. But this time it's on a BMW. This is a 435i, and this is the naked engine. So you can see here that we have a cylinder head cover which is made of plastic. Many people complain about plastic covers because they are not as good as they were in the past with the aluminum covers. Anyway, it's lighter. In here, in these kind of vehicles, let's say that the mentality they are trying to keep on is high performance. We don't care maintenance. They just wanna have a good performance vehicle for the beginning of the vehicle life, and the rest they are pretending that the owner has enough money to buy a new car, so they are not going to care much of the big maintenance. Anyway, this is lighter. This is going to be more light, and another component it's made of plastic. So usually this is going to be a PA66 with the glass fiber 30%, and this one here is going to be a PA6, which is going to be better for water resistance. And usually both materials are going to be fine in both applications, but by having less shrinkage and better dimensional stability for the PA66, it's preferred to be for the cylinder head cover. Also, the temperature is going to be better here, so that's why they are choosing these two materials. Big thumbs down mistake for BMW. They used a PVT material for the charge pipe. One of the biggest changes for BMW is this charge pipe here. Maybe it's difficult to see it in this light. I already changed it to aluminum because it burst. Even in normal boost, these BMWs are famous for bursting it, and one of the reasons is because it's PVT. PVT is low, is not as good for rigidity, and in big burst, let's say in big, when the boost is high, the PVT, the plastic is going to expand, the PVT will not be strong enough and it will just explode. So now let me talk about why these engines can become more expensive than the Japanese counterparts. And this is going to be for all the components they are having in, for example, this rubber part here for the cables to keep the rigidity of the cable, and this rubber part here to protect when you close the hood. The hood has this material which I'm thinking it's going to be polyurethane or probably some blend of PVT. This is going to be for NVH, noise vibration harshness, which is going to be for noise and vibration, mainly for noise, I think. So when this is exploding and making some noises, they don't want it to go outside. Regulations, that's the name of the game here. And sometimes, because the owners of expensive vehicles tend to be a little bit older, and sometimes they don't like noisy vehicles, so they put some more covers for vehicles. And maybe the sport counterpart like an M4, I don't have it, so sadly I don't know what to compare it. But if you have one, you can put it there. If you also have this kind of noise insulation. There, I go to the trunk because I already have all these components removed, because I'm taking my spark plugs, but there's a little bit on this. This is the engine cover. The engine cover basically is just to cover the engine, to protect it from dust. And in this case, this cover is made of plastic, and they use a PA66 material, As you can see here, it's a PA6 material with a glass fiber of 30. And again, we have here some polyurethane. Once more polyurethane, which is like a sponge. So this is again NVH performance. We have more polyurethane in this engine, which is this component here, which is going to be in the back side of the engine. Again, polyurethane, expensive material, costs go up. We have this which is kind of like a strut bar, and this one is going to be within the suspension component and the chassis. Once again, the rigidity goes up, the cost goes up as well. And here we have these side covers that usually these side covers are not needed, but you can see here, this is one material here, plastic, and this one is another plastic material just for the this is a PP, which is not that expensive, the PP, and it has a tar 20. This is not that much of an expensive material. Anyhow, you need to make this extra component just to protect from the plus of the battery. As you know, battery in the Germans are in the back, so you need to take sometimes a plus to the front. You need to cover that for safety reasons, and a little bit more of insulation. And here it's a PET. So now we know in the hood you have a PET PET with some polyurethane, which is going to be a little bit more of insulation for your engine. So they're trying to make it a quiet vehicle. This is a 6 cylinders, same power turbo, but it should be quiet. So regulations are strict, and they have to add more and more components to keep it in shape. So that's pretty much it. If there's any question or something that I didn't know or something I mistook, just let me know. I will fix it. So have a good one.